what are you most excited now for that's happening or about to happen in Impact, Don?
I think there's a lot of cool stuff going on. I really, to me, the biggest satisfaction I get is kind of, getting to work with talent and then kind of, seeing them kind of go forward. It's like, I'll use the example again. It's like, not that Glenn needed a lot of my help, but like I found like, that segment that we wrote for Glenn with the Young Bucks and Cody and all that stuff and Conan and Cross, like, when we envisioned that, it's like, man, this has the potential to be really good. And then you watch the guy embrace it and make it better, and now you see it on TV and you're like, man, that worked, or it just did some stuff with Eddie Edwards and Killer Cross, and it's like, man, sometimes you just go, I had a vision for that, and we worked together collaboratively and made it really cool. So to me, that's the funnest part is working with the talent, whether it's on stuff they're doing in their matches or in their interviews or their pre-tapes. Like Johnny Impact to me now has become a really entertaining heel promo. And I've been working with Johnny for 6 months. I'm not saying it's because of me, but it's like I remember when I first got my hands on Johnny and we started writing stuff for him, it's like people would say, oh, well, he's not a good promo. He can't cut promos. It's like I took that like I was insulted. I'm like, this guy has got everything. It's just he hasn't been in the right system where he can really show what he can do. And I think we've given him that platform. So it's like working with guys like that and seeing them grow, I think is just really cool. And I got to say, I'll give Glenn credit. I did take a lot of pleasure in how over Glenn got in Philadelphia, because to me, it's like it just exemplifies what I've been saying about this business for the last 2 years is you can have real heels and you can have real heat and you can get people to hate people. So those things are nice moments,
Right, and it wasn't that hard to get, because it's like everybody's afraid to do that. It's like because everybody wants to be liked.
I'll ask both you guys that. If you would have laid that angle out, how many guys do you think in that Impact locker room, or any guys that in the business that would sit there, just embrace it and just go out and do it like that?
Oh, I mean,
without any question.
There's no one. There's no one in. Yeah, people would have questioned doing it. And with you, it was more a case of, okay, we can't do that, Glenn. We got to dial it back a little bit, which is always where you prefer to be. Creatively, is saying that's too far, but let's dial it back, right? As opposed to the people who safe it to death. I don't think there's anyone else in the business that could have pulled off that stuff the way that you did, for a variety of reasons. I think it's your sensibilities. I think it's your natural understanding of psychology. And I also think you have great delivery for stuff where the other thing is, you're not shy about being made to look like the village idiot in a segment. If you think it'll get over, you don't care. A lot of people don't like to be made to look stupid. Like, God, I had Killer Cross grab me on TV and I screamed like a person with a high voice. I mean, right. and they're like, well, why would you do that? I'm like, because I just want the guy to get over. Right. Yeah, exactly.
Well, this is too whenever I train.
But we all come from that era, bro. You, me, and Di were. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, plus two is just like it's the common. Like I just keep telling, like whenever I train these kids these days, or I do seminars, I just say, bro, don't go out there and try to have the best match. Go out there and try and get the best pop. I go, if that involves like you getting the most heat if you're a heel, or the baby face getting a huge pop when they go over you, that's how you should envision that your segment is going to be the loudest one on the show.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't understand why people just like they're too self-conscious about the way the fans perceive them as individuals, that they don't really know how to embrace that formula. Yep. It's like, about what the role you have to play to give the other person the big pop. So you have the best baby face reaction on the show. It's like, it's crazy how this generation just don't really understand that. That's the goal of what you're trying to do, is get be the guy that's getting the biggest reaction on the show every night.
Absolutely.